I don't care how stacked the Bucs were. He just did it. I stand down. He is the GOAT and the boat and everything else.
Please, listen, Jeff Saturday, Sergeant Friday. Listen up, man. It's not difficult. It's not difficult for me. It's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's first love was baseball. The Montreal Expos dangled a catcher's contract that would have paid guaranteed money and spared him years of bruises. He turned them down. Why? Because even as a bench warmer at California's Junipero Serra High, he felt football's pull. He spent Fridays throwing practice spirals no one watched and Saturdays obsessing over VHS tape no one else cared to rewind. By senior year, he finally logged 2,121 passing yards, solid, not dazzling, and still got crickets from Division I recruiters. So he mailed 100 highlight tapes himself. 99 schools ghosted him. Michigan wrote back. Even then, he was quarterback number 7 on arrival. But that wasn't the whole story. Michigan kept swapping him out for freshman phenom Drew Henson. Brady answered with 10 comeback wins, including an overtime thriller against Alabama that should have silenced doubters. They didn't. On draft weekend, 6 quarterbacks went before him, and one front office insider later admitted the Patriots nearly chose a defensive back instead. When Robert Kraft met his new 6th rounder, the kid locked eyes and said, "I'm the best decision this organization ever made." Kraft chuckled and filed the quote for future reference. Next up, the blizzard, the rule nobody understood, and a dynasty's first spark. Foxborough, January 2002, the kind of storm that swallows headlights. On a field caked in snow, Tom Brady drops back, hesitates, and Raiders corner Charles Woodson blasts in from his blind side. The ball spits out. Oakland recovers. Season over, except officials huddle, coats flapping, and pull out a rule almost no fan had read. Because Brady's hand was still tucking the ball, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. Outrage erupts. Bar TVs crackle coast to coast. Brady calmly completes 5 straight passes. Adam Vinatieri nails a 45-yard laser through swirling flakes, and overtime belongs to New England. 1 week later, the Pats shock Kurt Warner's greatest show on turf, and Brady's first ring is born inside controversy. Whispers spin louder months later when a league probe tags New England for illicit sideline filming. Spygate. Opposing coaches brand him a system creation. Talk shows recycle the phrase, benefit of the doubt. Brady answers by stacking 2 more titles in 4 seasons, yet skeptics cling to that blizzard loophole like a lifeline. Next stop, the record-shattering regular season juggernaut that perfection couldn't save. Randy Moss arrives in 2007, and everything escalates. Week 1, Brady to Moss, 51 yards, touchdown. Fans barely sit the rest of the year. 50 TD passes later, the Patriots are 18-0, outscoring teams by nearly 3 touchdowns a game. Vegas refuses to post moneyline odds by mid-December. Yet in Super Bowl 42, with 1:15 left, Eli Manning Houdini wriggles from a sure sack, lofts a desperate pass, and David Tyree pins it against his helmet. One play erases 5 months of invincibility. The sting is still fresh when, 8 months later, Brady plants his left foot and Chiefs safety Bernard Pollard collapses into his knee. ACL shredded, season gone in 15 minutes. Pundits mourn the dynasty. Radio callers label him damaged goods. Matt Cassell cobbles together an 11-5 year that somehow adds ammunition to the system QB narrative. By the time Brady returns in 2009, any interception triggers a ticker tape of "Has Father Time arrived?" Kyron banners. Yet just when doubters breathe easy, 4 deflated ounces of air turn into gasoline. In January 2015, Colts defenders complained that the AFC Championship footballs seemed oddly soft, and the league pounced. A months-long investigation hauled in pressure gauges, weather charts, and 2 locker room assistants whose text thread, the deflator, swapping jokes with the needle guy, lit the internet on fire. Investigators claimed 11 of 12 Patriots balls were under spec. Tom Brady's replaced cell phone only deepened suspicions. Commissioner Roger Goodell hammered New England with a $1 million fine, 2 draft picks, and a 4-game suspension for Brady. New England fans waved free Brady towels while federal courtrooms filled with lawyers debating ideal gas law. A judge initially tossed the ban, but Goodell's appeal reinstated it, forcing Brady to spend September 2016 throwing roots to high school receivers on a secluded practice field and muttering, "Roger that," between reps. When the exile ended in Week 5, he detonated Cleveland for 406 yards, then tore through the league with 28 touchdowns against just 2 picks. The postseason became a clinic. Houston dispatched, Pittsburgh flattened, setting the stage for Super Bowl 51 against the up-tempo Atlanta Falcons. With 17 minutes left, the scoreboard mocked New England at 28-3, and social feeds fired off premature obituaries. Brady answered with a sequence that feels mythic even in replay. A Dante Hightower strip sack to spark life, Julian Edelman's millimeter from the turf juggling catch, back-to-back 2-point conversions rammed home by James White and Danny Amendola, and an overtime drive capped by White diving across painted grass. Brady's 466 passing yards and 62 attempts rewrote the record book and turned 28-3 into shorthand for the impossible comeback. Yet as confetti rained in Houston, a quiet power struggle back in Foxborough threatened to rip apart the kingdom this miracle had just revived. But inside Gillette, an invisible rift is splitting Hall of Fame egos wide open. Alex Guerrero, Brady's body coach and TB12 method guru, preaches pliability bands and avocado ice cream, quietly ruffling Patriots medical staff who favor ice baths and weight stacks. Belichick restricts Guerrero's sideline pass. Players choose sides. Meanwhile, Jimmy Garoppolo's strong preseason fuels whispers that Belichick wants a younger trigger man. Reports leak of a late-night Kraft Belichick summit. Result, Garoppolo shipped to San Fran for a discount pick. Power preserved, but trust fractured. On the field, Brady keeps rewriting limits. A third MVP at 40, a 505-yard Super Bowl the following February, lost by a single strip sack. In 2018, he leans on a power run game, throttles the Rams in a 13-3 defensive clinic, and claims Ring 6. Yet each celebratory confetti shower feels colder. Contract voids, workout room squabbles, and a looming free agency clock converge. Finally, a playoff flameout versus Tennessee, sealed by a Brady pick 6, signals the end. Sunshine beckons, and a pirate ship waits on Florida's Gulf Coast. When the pandemic froze the world in March 2020, Tom Brady thawed Tampa Bay's decades-old irrelevance by signing a 2-year deal and immediately FaceTiming Bruce Arians receivers for midnight route sessions. COVID canceled preseason reps, so Brady staged masked workouts on a high school field, dodging security and Florida humidity. Early misfires, including a pick 6 in his Bucs debut and a 38-3 Sunday night spanking by New Orleans, prompted jokes of a Florida retirement home, but the team recalibrated during a Week 13 bye. From that point on, they never lost. January road wins came rapid fire, outsmarting Washington's pass rush, ending Drew Brees' career in the Superdome, then silencing Lambeau as Brady's first-half bombs stunned Aaron Rodgers. In Super Bowl 55, Tampa's defense swarmed Patrick Mahomes while Brady dealt 3 surgical touchdown strikes, clinching Ring 7 and his 5th Super Bowl MVP on home turf. His business empire expanded just as quickly. TB12 wellness centers popped up nationwide. A Hertz campaign plastered his grin in every airport, and a high-profile equity deal with FTX crypto rocketed until Sam Bankman-Fried's exchange imploded, dragging Brady into investor lawsuits. At 44, he still chased stats, eclipsing 5,000 yards in 2021 and nearly stealing a playoff game from the eventual champion Rams after erasing a 27-3 deficit. He announced retirement in a teary Instagram video, then unretired after 40 days amid whispers of a covert Dolphins quarterback-owner arrangement that later cost Miami draft picks for tampering. The 2022 season piled on drama, a new head coach, a patched offensive line, a mid-season victory lap in Munich complete with Stein toasting, and a public divorce that dominated tabloids. Tampa limped into the playoffs at 8-9 before Dallas ended the run, and Brady's final Buccaneer pass skipped incomplete. Now, a $375 million Fox Sports booth deal awaits. Sportsbook odds for another comeback refuse to die, and rumors swirl about a Raiders ownership stake. Whether he ever throws an NFL pass again, Brady has already reframed what is possible at 40+, and he remains one late-night, we need you call away from making the impossible his hobby one more time. Legacy locked, maybe, but one final ledger check remains. Statistically, the mountain is unscalable. 89,000 passing yards, 649 touchdowns, 35 playoff victories, 7 rings. Yet debates rage on. The Tuck, Spygate films, PSI gauges. Foes claim smoke. Supporters counter with 2 decades of fire. Fox Sports holds a $375 million commentary chair, waiting whenever he's truly done. And in private gyms across the country, 47-year-old longshots still jab at heavy bags dreaming he might unretire one more time. So when you file your verdict, legend or loophole, remember this. For every rule complaint, there's a last-minute dart. For every scandal headline, a confetti storm. Drop your take below, because if Tom Brady's taught us anything, it's that the clock only matters until he decides it doesn't. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much for staying all the way, and remember to leave a like and subscribe because that helps out a lot. Until next time.